Start streaming. Theoretically.
Start.
Theoretically, it's going live. Oh, wow, what?
Oh, wow, it's going live.
I wasn't expecting you to be surprised by it, I guess. Since you knew that it was happening and everything. Since you're supposedly part of the team here, although I get how you can be confused given your nonstop adversariality. The way that it does, in fact, feel like we are on different teams. In a sort of spy versus spy kind of way.
Okay.
Which is to say, I am aware that you are sneaking bombs.
You're not being vengeance.
It feels like I'm being vengeanced. Alright, so the stream's working. You have verified that the stream is working. Right?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Welcome. It always takes, like a weird amount of time. Okay, we're getting started like almost borderline like too early today. So hey, we're just gonna do a Picross. That's a Squeakcross. Today's pre-stream is I'm just gonna do a puzzle while we wait for people to file in here and people can witness the beauty of this game. So for people who are not familiar with anonograms or Picross as it is sometimes known, or Squeakcross as it is known in this video game, which is called Squeakcross. Home Squeak Home. The point of this is we're going to shade in some of these squares, but not all of them. And once we've shaded some of them in, it shall produce a shape, probably, approximately. So the way to read the hints that we are given here in each column and row is that the numbers tell us the size of groups of blocks, contiguous groups of blocks that must be shaded, and the relative positions of those blocks within the line. Like this column right here is telling us there's a group of 3 blocks. Somewhere below that, there's a group of 2 blocks. Somewhere below that, there's a single shaded block. And somewhere below that, there's a single shaded block. And obviously, groups must be separated by a non-shaded block because otherwise they would just be one big group.
Yeah.
Then. So we can start with some pretty easy stuff here. This is a 15 by 15 puzzle. If this column has 13 shaded blocks, then a non-shaded block, then a shaded block, it necessarily can only look like this. And we'll drop little red X's into the ones that we're certain are not shaded. Right? This must be the case. That's all the blocks that there are room for in that column. Okay, what else do we got here? What else is very full?
So
one thing we can definitely do is we can mark this out. This can't be shaded because if it were to be shaded, that first group of 3 would be here, and then there'd be another. It wouldn't be a group of 3 at all. Now, would it?
So
by the same logic, we can sort of extrapolate from the wall here to this line. Like any group of 6 blocks that contains this block is going to necessarily contain these 3 as well, right? The leftmost 6 looks like that, and the rightmost 6 looks like that, and all of those groups contain. Hey, Amabel.
Yeah.
By the way, I am talking to the people. Theoretically, people in the audience or viewing the VOD later who might not already know how to do the thing. Okay.
I'm trying to help.
Right.
I was trying to point out that 5-1 you just got.
Yeah, we have another
so
5 here. I know, but I'm saying I'm taking it slow on purpose. We're not sprinting here. All right. So here we have a 9. We can fill in some more stuff along here. We know there's a single contiguous block of 9 in this column, and there are only 14 total tiles. So any such contiguous group of 9 is going to contain some of the stuff from the middle, right? Like the lowermost group is going to fill up to here, and the uppermost group is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So necessarily those 2 and everything between them is part of any group of 9 in here. And then we can do some work with that. Actually, we know that these are both 1s, so we can place stuff there too. This is a group of 4. Okay, yeah, that's something. This column is a 2 and a 5 and a 2. Since we have 3 blocks together here, we know this is the 5, obviously, not either of the 2s. So we can just go ahead and mark that off, and then there's just enough room for that 2 below it, which is handy because it connects the 4 up a little bit. It also tells us this 5 here. These two are part of this 5, so there can't be anything to the left of that. And in fact, this many tiles are part of any 5 that would exist here. Here we have a pair of 1s. Here, this must be a 2 because obviously this can't be a block. This can't be shaded without breaking those. And that has actually cornered in our 9 pretty completely. Look at that. Easy. The thing about these puzzles is they're, the thing about all puzzles is they're very easy. So basically just using like some version of that same logic over and over again on the puzzle until such time as it surrenders. We will extract the shapes of this puzzle while we wait for people to file in so that the real stream can start. Because Amabel gets to torture me again today. I don't know why. I don't know what the rules are around here.
That's not what's happening. So you can finish. You can mark off that 5 and that.
Sure. I don't know how useful it's going to be for. This is what I was concerned about in the pre-stream. I was like, this is not really a cooperative activity.
All right.
I think I do these fast enough that it's. If I get stuck, you are certainly like going to be able to help. But I do these fast enough that I think I'm probably just gonna like be filling stuff in as quickly as you can say it.
I just wanted to feel smart.
You're smart. I don't think anybody here is doubting that.
Bull Reaver in the chat says ahoy.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the thing. Today's gonna be a time of suffering, a time of medium to low suffering for me.
I asked you a simple question.
What was the question you asked me, as you remember it?
Are there any good typing games?
Right, when we were talking about the stream. I mean, I'm going to tell this story again when we start the stream, so I'm not going to go into the whole thing right now. But suffice it to say,
I mean, that's the whole story.
From your perspective. Hey y'all, how's it going? Ooh, I talked somebody into watching. I saw the TV glow. You're welcome, and I'm sorry. I mean, it's a powerful film. At the thing that it does, oof.
Yeah.
So here we have some one-ofs. We still have like some ambiguity here, right? We have a floating. There's another group of 1, but there's 2 places it could be, so we have to just kind of like bounce around the puzzle. It's part of the reason I think that I like these particular puzzles is because they really do benefit from a lot of sort of bouncing around. You work an area of the puzzle until you can't anymore, or until something else catches your fancy, a bird distracts you, kind of whatever. Hooray, it was a toilet! So here's the thing. I've played enough Squeakcross that I've actually earned all of the objects already. So I just have the secondary level of puzzles, which unlocks variants. You can recolor, and for some of the objects they have different, sort of like different versions. Let's do one more because that one went down like really fast.
Okay.
And then we'll jump into the stream. Okay. You know what? We could just get into the stream, I guess.
Oh yeah, no, let's not do that.
This one might take a minute. It's fine. It's all good. I'm gonna go to we're gonna switch to the gas cave. It's a little bit shorter pre-stream than usual. I will say one thing, which may affect the stream. I have been awake for a lot of hours now. I feel okay. I didn't sleep at all during the night. I feel okay, but you know, I do have some worry that all of a sudden things may come around and chomp me. So we'll see. And if that happens, Amabel has to take over the stream forever because I'll be dead.
Don't be dead.
Okay, I'll pass that along. Okay, so hey everybody, welcome to the real stream. It's time for the real stream. Hi everybody, how's it going? I'm so glad.
Minecraft says they're ready for more vengeance, but there's no vengeance.
I'm so glad that you made it back to be with us again here this week. So, here's what happened. We were talking about what to stream. I had an idea. You hear that Sega logo come up, which is always a sign of something good happening on the stream. I had an idea already, but Amabel was like, "Oh, you know what we should do? We should play some kind of typing game." And I was like, "Yeah, okay." 'Cause immediately this snapped to mind, and I was like, "Oh, this will be fun." Now I gotta get it on the game capture. It's so hard to do this stuff while talking. Okay, lower this and that, and do this thing, and maybe turn this up a notch. I was like, okay, we'll play this game. That'll be fun. I said, yeah, okay, we'll play a fun typing game. Why does it look like that? Oh, I've done it. I've done a terrible job. Hold on. Let me just... There we go. It tastes gerb. Okay, now if we just put it like in the center of the thing and make it the size that the thing is, kabam! Hey, how about that one? I was like, you know what? That'll be fun. I haven't played this game in a long time. What an enjoyable experience for me and Amabel. And she's like, oh no, I couldn't possibly. I would get so nervous. I mean, that's just no. You'll do it. You'll do it alone, and you'll like it. And I said, I don't think you get to sort of unilaterally declare things like that. But then I looked at the contract, and sure enough, this is my fault. I didn't really read the contract. I was busy. I was at a Chuck E. Cheese's, and I didn't want to come home. And I told Gast, he just like look it over and rubber stamp it, right? And this is what I get. This is what I get. So here we are. This is where I am now playing Typing of the Dead by myself. Typing of the Dead Overkill by myself, playing with the audio mix in while we're doing it live. Am I putting it on bitch, agent, or motherfucker?
I don't know how good are you at typing?
I guess I'm probably agent level at Typing of the Dead. So let me talk about what this game is very quickly here. This is Typing of the Dead Overkill. Many people who are familiar with the name Typing of the Dead will be familiar with the Dreamcast game Typing of the Dead, which was a hilarious sort of Mavis Beacon-y send-up of the very popular on the Dreamcast House of the Dead 2. This is not that game. This is another one of those based on a later House of the Dead game that most people aren't familiar with. This did release as an actual House of the Dead game at some point, and it's called House of the Dead Overkill, and it dumps the sort of like baffling modern day kind of sci-fi zombie whatever the fuck is going on in House of the Dead aesthetic for a more sort of grindhouse vibe.
I played that on the Wii. I played that House of the Dead.
You played House of the Dead Overkill?
Yeah.
Okay.
The Wii.
Well, this is that, but typing instead of shooting the zombies.
Typing.
Yeah, this is that, but typing. People have to let me know how the audio mix is. It's very difficult for me to dial in live. The music still sounds quiet to me, but I'm erring on the side of that until we hear how loud the shooting is going to be. You know?
Yeah. Yeah, it has a very someone saw Grindhouse recently vibe, I feel like.
Sure, yeah.
Motherfucker, they met as adversaries. What the fuck was that for?
So content warning,
Made them allies.
grindhouse stuff. There's gonna be a lot of violence, a lot of horror stuff.
Immaculate, intelligent.
There might be some light slur usage, honestly.
They call him only G. His identity, a mystery. You ever gonna tell anyone what that fucking G stands for? No.
See, this is bad. This is bad humor.
Isaac Washington.
It's funny that nobody knows what G stands for, but you can't call attention to it.
And he'll rip your balls off. I'm gonna rip your motherfucking balls off. Tonight, these unlikely
didn't aim the right
allies will
place for that.
confront terror most foul in the blood-soaked halls of Papa's Palace of Pain.
Also, he held up both of his guns, but he was clearly firing only one of them.
By
Okay.
tomorrow morning,
Folks
I'll
are
have my
saying things are a
motherfucking
little
revenge.
quiet. I can
Papa
hear it
Caesar,
okay.
I know that it's. What did I just?
We don't stop
Okay.
this moving out.
I know,
by
I'm just
tomorrow
letting you
morning,
know.
we'll all be dead.
Because your first visit will be your last.
Let me get in here and do some typing, and let's hear how loud the gunshots are, and then I will fiddle with the mix some more.
Okay, yeah.
So, if you've ever played a House of the Dead game before, it's a House of the Dead game. If you haven't, they're rail light gun shooters. Oh no, the zombie's coming. So to defeat him, wow, the gunshots are so much quieter than anyone could have expected. What on earth? Okay, music volume. What is happening with that? Let's maybe go to like a 9 on that, and like an 8 on that, and probably we need to turn this up too. I do want to be able to talk over them. I think
Yeah.
it's important that things not be dialed up so loud that I can't talk over them.
Right.
And it's easier for me to talk over stuff than it is for you because I have ducking. All right, let's see what it's like. Let's see what it's like now. No, resume game. See,
Yeah,
these are
that sounds good.
these are hilarious zombie-related words. But you know, as the levels go on, first of all, the words get more difficult, and secondly, sometimes they'll be thematically appropriate to the scene, or you'll have an area that's like, this is all Shakespeare or whatever. Oh my god. Oh, I activated a slow motion power up after killing all the enemies because I'm extremely pro. Is gravy a zombie word?
So,
See, this is funny because that zombified gentleman is larger than the others. Had been.
that's not. Oh, that's Chopper because that guy has a motorcycle outside.
Yep, because of his well documented. You remember when the runner referring to his motorcycle? And this zombie loves Doom. Amabel, what do you think of this as a game conceit?
It has, you know, I like a dumb idea that they go hard on to a degree. You know, I don't know how. I don't know how fun this will continue to be as it goes. I don't remember how long House of the Dead was, so this is. They just took it and replaced it with typing, right?
100%, yes.
Yeah.
This is absolutely just House of the Dead Overkill, but typing.
Same level design, yeah.
And it has, you know, fun co-op 2-player mode. Not that you'll ever get to see that stuff because Amabel hates me and you, but mostly me.
To be clear, I didn't realize that it was okay with a co-op mode. I assumed that it would be a single-player typing game, and I didn't want to be the one typing for a single-player typing game. If you had told me the game you had in mind was a co-op game, I absolutely said, okay, I'll play it with you.
You
But I was not
didn't
given
even
that
ask.
information.
You didn't even ask. You didn't even
Why
care.
would
You were
it be
just
a co-op typing game.
you were just like, no, you do it.
How would I know that?
Because I hate to perform entertainment in front of the viewers. Bam! Got her with that nuclear explosion. She has no comeback against my winning ways, and frankly, it's sickening.
Would you need to have 2 copies of the game in order to do this co-op?
Yeah, you would. It has you know, Steamworks multiplayer. Oh no, this zombie's. I don't actually have a problem with that, actually. Hey, let's get into our feelings about the draft. I'm gonna talk about some good, safe stream discussion topics. It's gonna make fun of every one of the fat zombies for being fat, I think.
I don't.
Get it? Because it's Grindhouse. This ain't your mama's shooting zombies walking around an old house in Louisiana for some reason. Why is that such a common place to shoot zombies lately?
Well, this would cost me $10.
Do not buy this game.
Yeah, so in a way, I saved you money, is what I did.
Yeah, you could just like when I come up with like a fun framing for the stream, you could just like yes and a little bit like. Oh no, this poor zombie. Okay, that one did not get made fun of for being fat. I'll give him that. That one was the DJ.
I apologize for not realizing that's what was going on. I'm very bad at, yes, here's the thing. I'm allergic to improv.
Yep. A good quality to have in this business.
My family was murdered by an improv troupe, so I just...
Very slowly, and they kept shouting for prompts the whole time.
That ain't right.
And I said, no, stop, you're killing them. And then they said, well, at least there's 2 of us dying up here. And then they all pulled on their collar and went, tough crowd, because you weren't laughing.
Yeah.
You know, maybe I'm more of a motherfucker than I thought.
Oh, will you hold me with...
Yeah, oh, weird. I seem to be able to type the phrase, will you hold me, with incredible speed and accuracy.
Shit, I fucking hate these zombies.
Mutants, how many times do I have to tell you not to use the Z word?
Again, let's just like call attention to it, right? You want to just say all of the joke premises out loud, because that's what humor is. Okay, we're getting a little dark here. I'm doing okay so far.
Yeah, you're doing really good.
We're on an express elevator to hell going.
Shut up and press the button.
So we could absolutely play this for the full 2 hours.
We should have taken the
Okay.
stairs.
But
Is that what you want to do?
but we don't have to.
Washington.
Okay.
You okay?
No, I am not okay, asshole.
Shake it off, detective. Come on, let's move.
Well, how far do you want to...
We're definitely at least finishing the level. Or getting killed by the boss, potentially. Whichever one of those things is more likely to happen. I probably, like, it turns out, didn't need that power-up. But here's the problem with this game. You don't really have a good, like... Most of the power-ups are in places where you don't really get a lot of choice as to when to anchor them. When to trigger them. You kind of, like, the camera sweeps past it, right? And you just gotta go for it. And that sucks. I don't think this game is, like, very thought through in terms of its strategy, I guess is what I'm saying.
Yeah. I will say that I think you're doing a pretty good job
These guys table manners?
talking while typing.
These guys ain't human. I never
Yeah,
seen this kind
I
of
was thinking it would be great if I didn't have to do that so much.
You restrain the subject, and I'll lead an interrogation?
Fuck
Okay,
that, Columbo.
well-
Shoot to maim.
Yeah, check
Got his ab.
I tried. I couldn't get his shirt off.
I'm Brian. Brian Wellness. What happened to him?
No, that's his brother, Brian Unwellness.
They're coming out of the shadows.
Here they come.
Okay, see, this time, this is a good time to slow down the camera. Oh, no. I absolutely
Slow
did.
down camera.
I absolutely did shoot one of those zombies through him, which you can only do in Typing of the Dead.
The slow down camera
should tell
plus,
him the
plus the
elevator's
word
out.
sever reminds me of have you seen the movie Ballistics: X versus Sever?
No, I have not seen the movie Ballistic: X versus Sever.
It's not good.
Hey, I just realized.
Crime
Hold on.
Lord.
Yeah.
My
Sorry.
darling Jasper. Do
I
you
hadn't
have
turned off the stream background music before starting the game.
Caesar. Our test subject at the hospital is showing progress. You've done very well, my boy. We shall celebrate this tonight with takeout Chinese.
A brilliant mind with a broken body.
You've gone too far, Papa Caesar.
His talents turn to evil to protect the sister who raised him.
All right. I mean, I'll give the writing some credit.
Think of your sister before threatening, Papa Caesar. Next time you speak, turn the volume to 0. Fucking cabbage.
Nobody threatens Varla.
The ultimate sacrifice.
Freeze, bitches!
Because of the shocking nature of the following scenes, they are definitely not recommended for the squeamish or the easily offended.
'Cause Grindhouse. You know? So there's references here being made to, like
the?
previous House of the Dead stuff. There's,
Can't get it clean.
in some ways, this is like retelling. If you have started typing when a projectile starts coming at you, I'm not sure if you can get back out of the box to type the letter of the projectile. So when you start working on the boss, you're kind of committing.
Is it cap sensitive?
No. And I'm not having to type spaces or punctuation either. Although, honestly, I'd probably be faster if I was typing the spaces because
Not so fucking
I kind of have to
clever now,
think
Papa
about not
bitch.
doing it. This guy's trying to make me suffer like G did, except it's in the past, so it's suffer like G will. Or won't if he doesn't get his act together. This is not one of the more compelling House of the Dead boss fights.
Just shoot it.
Not so fucking clever now, are you, bitch? Get him!
You know, it's funny that of all the words we're typing here, the word I most consistently have trouble spelling is like. Every time the word like comes up, it's a big problem for me. And I think that does suggest something about my online typing habits. God, with my mind fingers. Boy, that could have been a lot, like, gorier or weirder, huh?
Yeah.
A family betrayed.
Tell my sister I love her.
Fuck! How do you say that shit without moving your lips? Gee, You see this shit?
An act of mercy.
Hurts so much.
I can help ease the pain.
No, you can fucking not. Shoot the motherfucker.
Don't you do tact? That's what I am going to fucking do. You know,
Shut the fuck up and shoot. Shit.
happy now? Fuckwit.
You fucking bastard! You killed my brother!
You're his sister?
You're his sister?
Carla Guns, a doting sibling to a crippled brother, forced into a life of vice. Now she's filled with a primal hunger for revenge. Mankind's last hope now rests on the shoulders of two men.
Caesar's heading to the hospital. We gotta stop that asshole before he gets there.
Tasteful ride.
Don't disrespect my wheels. She's my pride and joy.
Wait, didn't we come here in the same car?
We'll take my car.
The
I guess
plantation
not.
house has claimed its victims, but with Papa Caesar on the loose, nobody is safe.
You died trying to stop Caesar. I won't rest until I've shot his fucking guts over half the county.
And then her model disappears as we fade out because this game is not well made.
Yeah. And there's a degree to which, because here's the thing.
Man, if only there was some kind of like way to put a second, some kind of way to put a second player in there, you know, to like attach it. I don't know.
Yeah, too bad.
Too bad.
Oh, too bad. Am I playing along? Am I doing a good job?
There we go.
Am I calling attention to it? Am I in the spirit of the game that you're playing?
Yeah, if you could just like directly violate the premise once or twice. I'm told that's what comedy looks like. So, Amabel, to answer your question, are there good typing games? No. No, there aren't.
All right, so what are we doing?
Next question. Well, you know, I had another thought.
Yeah, okay.
Because see, I was reading the contract, learning about all these little foibles that you've inserted into it here, all these little grabs at control. But I think you missed a trick. I don't think you realized the loophole that you left for yourself. If I can, Devil Went Down to Georgia style, beat you in a fiddle contest. Something. I don't know. Help me close this loop while I try to set up the next game.
I don't know what the. The contract that I drafted.
Obviously where I'm going is a competitive thing. We competed a thing, and
okay.
so I'm gonna ask you. Well, too goddamn bad. I'm gonna ask you to get your parsec ready. You're gonna have to parsec into my machine here.
Okay.
It's a local competitive game. And it's going to be kind of a pain in the ass to make work, so I hope it works for everybody.
All right, I am connecting. Is this okay? I won't ask questions. I just
okay. So don't hold on. Just hold on a second while I make everything. While I work on things bit by bit. Yeah, no, I know I fucked it. Somehow everything is the wrong resolution to a degree that you wouldn't believe. I don't understand how I did this.
Is it? This resolution seems fine.
Amabel.
Yeah.
I know it's fine for you. It's not fine for the stream. It's really
okay.
fucked.
Gotcha.
So I'm just
gotcha.
fixing it. And if you could cover for me, please, because I'm incompetent.
Yeah. I don't think you're doing things. Here's the thing: your job is hard, and you're doing it on the fly.
Yeah, you're supposed to have a production person. Here's the thing I've always said about streams. I think that most people, streaming is not a one-person job.
Yeah.
I feel very strongly about that.
And your production person is a demonic skeleton who does not really...
Who I will have it noted is not here doing any work. So...
Yeah, like what does she do? Does she do anything?
She's in the other... She disappeared into the other room with 2 big sleeves of Oreos, and she's a skeleton. I don't think she can eat. I'm not even... I don't know. Look, it is what it is.
You know what I'm upset about?
What are you upset about?
When we did the Vengeance stream, part of my speech when I said you're the Amabel now, I was gonna say, and I'm the SB, and I was gonna hold up your mini gas, but I forgot to steal it.
You forgot to steal it? Okay.
So I was like, oh, I can't steal the mini gas.
Okay, so here's the deal. I'm gonna in this thing, I'm gonna give you keyboard control. Please be gentle. Don't touch anything right now. We're gonna battle for the fate of the channel. How about that, Amabel?
Okay.
Bam. Okay, so I believe your controls should be WASD, and then F and G are attack and jump, but I don't know which one is which. But you should be able to use like WASD to maneuver around here and get your colors and stuff set up. I obviously will be orange here on the right. Let's quickly assemble a terrifying hero. Do they have my haircut? Video games sometimes have my haircut. This is close. Yep. Yep, modern techno fighting goggles. Makes sense. Alright, it's over, Amabel. You're done. You're done for.
Okay, I don't know what this game is, so.
Okay, so this game is Nidhogg 2. This is a sword fighting game that is not really about sword fighting. You do not win by fighting with swords. You win by getting all the way to your side of the arena. So you're trying to run to the right, I'm trying to run to the left. But killing the other player, of course, will give you some amount of control, a little bit of time, until the respawn. I figured out how to throw my weapon away, foolishly.
Wait, how do I jump?
The other button.
Oh.
It's F and G are your buttons, and one of them is the jump button. How do I...
Wait, why do you get arrows?
Because one of us... Aha! No, my spine! Hey, Amabel, might you be pressing some arrow keys?
Oh, I don't mean to be. I'm sorry.
Don't you need both your hands for WAS plus F and G?
Oh, I can. Okay, yeah, no, that makes it easier.
So I would like it to be noted by the assembled council here that Amabel is openly cheating, just reaching over and pressing buttons on my controller.
I didn't know I was doing that.
Ah! How did I miss that dropkick so badly? Aha! I made it past the opening table. A pitched battle that's kind of going nowhere right now. I just swatted your arrow back at you with a knife. Because I got that technique.
I would like a block button, please.
I mean, there is one. Just stab the arrow in midair like I did. You're gonna have to be like skilled and powerful. You can't just stand there and
For
hold
a game
block.
I've never played before.
Bam!
Oh,
What's up?
was I that close to? Oh,
No. Look at the screen counter in the top. This is. You have to successfully traverse several screens in order to get to. Oh no! I tried to be clever and throw my sword ahead of me, and it did not work. No. Haha. Dive kicks. Amabel, how many hours of dive kick have you played in your life? Because for me, the answer is easily 100.
I found it kind of cringe. Okay.
I'm not saying it's not cringe, but I am saying, fuck you, I win.
Okay. You have won the fate of the channel.
Well, it's me. I won. I've fed myself to the Nidhogg. Well, I mean, obviously, it's not a one. something so critically important could not be won in a single round.
Wait, your channel's critically important?
Oof.
I
Directly
love you.
directly in my heart. Oh yeah?
That's not what I meant to do.
Thanks for the sword, nerd. I have no idea why I survived that. So, in case it's not clear, so we can talk about like tactics and stuff here. You can hold your weapon at a variety of different heights, and obviously, like attacking at the different heights performs differently. You can you can parry people by attacking at the same height that they're attacking at. Yeah, that was not a great moment to be holding a bow. We have like just a sort of simple cycle of 4 weapons. It's just taking us through the weapons, although Amabel's perfectly content to just stomp me to death. Oh, well, good overhead. I actually like the knife a lot. I feel like I'm doing a lot of my best work with the knife. Oh. The bow does seem intuitively like it would be very good, and in actual gameplay, like maybe the worst weapon. Like clearly the worst weapon. Ah. Yeah, if I get past you and you just run to the right, you'll die and respawn in front of me.
Okay.
So you can attack with the weapon held in the upmost position to throw it. Oh no! If you jump any amount and attack, you do a dive kick instead of a real swing, and sometimes that's pretty good. Oh no! I dive kicked the wrong direction. There's something to be said for fast. So Amabel, you know, of course, what the prize is.
No, I don't.
The loser has to play Typing the Dead Overkill.
Oh no.
No.
Seem fair.
Oh, slide kick. Oh, damn it. That was pretty good, actually. Well done.
Weapon without a weapon, though. And then a stupid fucking bow.
You can pick up weapons that are on the ground by just rolling over them. Just like tap down as you're...
Okay.
I was trying to get a throw off over your attack there. Oh no. You can also perform a 6 slide kick by going in real low. If you hit somebody's weapon, if you like height change your weapon into their weapon, you will disarm them, which is a cool maneuver. There's actually like a lot. There's not a huge amount of game here, but there's a fair amount of game here. This is a better fighting game than Dive Kick, I think it's fair to say. God damn it. Okay. No, climb, no! There's a tremendous amount of clumsiness built in, which is good fun. All right, 1-1.
This is the final.
Well, I mean, obviously it's best of 14.
Oh, I don't know if I can do 14, baby.
And also, I would like to remind you that you did openly cheat during the first one. All pressing on my buttons
which you won.
Which I won in spite of it. So that does count as 2 wins. And whatever other, nonsense I need to No! I swung early. You have to get rid of your current weapon before you can pick up another
Yeah,
weapon.
I see that now.
Okay. Oh. Turns out there's traps on this one. Yeah, like that.
That wasn't.
I feel pretty good about that toss. Oh, no. And then I feel really bad about that drop kick. I was so despondent over my bad kick that I fully just let you stab me. Oh, the comeback. Oh, I was trying to make it to that sword. Heartbreaking. Absolutely brutal combat. So we're both having this problem sometimes where, the wall jump happens. If you jump when you're too close to a vertical surface, you kick off of it naturally.
Yeah, that sucks. I don't like it.
Ow. My knees. Oh my. How am I doing such a bad job? Yeah, when I spawn with the bow, I feel like it takes so long to draw it back.
You got me that time.
Finally. No. I like the creepy little ghost that comes up from the dead body. God damn.
You got me. Good job.
Damn it. No. Aha.
I get the bow next. No, I get that. Okay.
Oh, I tried to roll under it, but I failed. I really like the kick. I think the kick is very well animated. How did I miss? I am consistently swinging a little bit too early. Because I'm convinced myself that you are always upon me. Amabel, you got me living in fear here.
Okay. Don't want to play typing in the dead. Oh no.
Unfortunately, there are no weapons here. Oh God. No, why? Okay, well, I gotta tell you, that was pretty demoralizing. That was a pretty brutal loss.
This is not continuing. There's no vengeance.
The vengeance! Now, Amabel,
Again? Okay.
now it is time for my vengeance upon you,
Okay.
which is where I win for a change. By running and cowardice. Well, at least I was not killed by your weapon, you know? I was trying to grab the sword. Silly me. Hey, how come when you jump kick me, I fall down and then I just explode on the ground, but you get back up when I jump kick you? Huh? What's that about? Do you see that? Do you see those slick moves?
This is so.
What's up? This is so what?
Oh, I just.
You should not chase me. All aboard the meat engine. All right, Amabel. That's it. We actually made it to the best of 5, which is what it was always going to be, obviously.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Yep.
Who is actually the boss around here? Ow. Well, a stab through my genitals is a good way to start a negotiation, I suppose. Hey, those are my genitals. Could you maybe chill out on that?
You like it when I go sick ass on your genitals.
Brain.
No, yeah, no, that makes sense.
Oh. Damn it. I thought she'll never expect me to do it again. What kind of crazy strategy would that be?
The thing where I can't see and always die there is really frustrating. I don't feel like this was. I feel like you always choosing the stage. I think the loser chooses the stage, right?
I'm sorry. Are you
like
calling me
standard tournament rules?
Are you calling me a loser?
No, I'm saying I lost the last match, so I should choose the. Didn't I? Or did you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did the thing again where I attacked too early.
This is the thing again where I had a bow.
I thought for a second, it took so long for you to respawn. I thought for sure you were going to respawn and get hit by your own sword. Oh man, the reach on that broadsword strike is very mean. I can't believe that I didn't get under that. Did you shoot the arrow low?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Behind the office walls, who is to say what happened?
Not on purpose. I didn't do it on. Okay.
I threw that so early. Oh god. Well, I suppose that was inevitable. Nice, good throw.
Thank you.
Oh no. She's got a tactic now. Oh god, you were still flashing when my damn it. Amabel, it's on. I feel it. I feel that buildup of pressure. that can only be described as a winning bowel position.
You should get that looked into. Unfortunately, I don't have any weapons. Is my big problem right now.
But what are you throwing your weapons at people for, like a maniac? Hey. Oh. Everybody saw that. Everybody saw that, right? Oh gee, why did Sound's character suddenly move backward for no reason? Well, you know why. No, what's happening? What's happening?
Sorry. The thing is, you're going to win. We know you're going to win.
Am I? I don't think that's not what it looks like here. Especially not with you controlling my character half the time.
I can never get past this screen on my end of it. Because the blinds really fuck me up. So I'm just trying to delay the time I'll be spending typing of the dead.
Oh god. Oh god. I landed on the sword. You know what I originally wanted to do for this segment was screen cheat, but I thought that would be unreasonably unfair for you.
I don't know what that is. Yeah.
Screen cheat is a first-person shooter where all of the players are invisible.
About this, yeah.
But it's got a sort of a like a GoldenEye style N64 split screen. So the only way you can figure out where the other players are is to look on their screen to determine their position. It is a tremendous amount of fun, but you are so bad at like 3D spaces.
Yeah, no, this is already unfair enough.
Oh god, my spine. It does seem like we're both pretty, if I may offer this, it seems like we're both pretty bad at this, actually.
She says that she stomps me to a paste and then throws a knife in my head.
Oh no! You have to hold the button for so long to get the arrow to come out. Oh god. That was a really nice looking disarm, sweetie.
Thank you.
It's just like a very cleanly batted the sword out of my hand. Okay. That took some doing. Oh man. How did it end up being the case that neither one of us had a sword in that? Fuck. The idiot fight of us perfectly shooting each other's arrows out of the air. It's really, really fantastic. I hope the viewers are having fun. I'm not paying any attention to the chat.
I can't. Yeah.
But I'm having a really good time. No. Wow. Good move. Oh. The next blade was just a little too far away for that to have been a good idea.
Oh, that was a mistake.
No. I tried to do that slide kick you were doing and I just slid directly under your foot. Oh. Really good attack.
Oh.
No, I keep dive kicking wrong too. I'm trying to hit you with the dive kick usually. I rarely am I.
Is this fun for you all?
Yeah, are you guys having fun? Oh, the anti-air is so brutal. We're back here with the cursed burger man. Is that what that's supposed to be? Some kind of burger mascot? No, I was rolling. Why? What kind of office is this? What does this business do? Ooh, I saw that. I saw that arrow coming through low. Unrollable. I think that's one benefit of the bow, definitely, is that I don't think you can throw the weapons at other heights. I think it's always high, but the bow can do a low ranged attack, so they can't just roll it. Oh. Nobody has to know what kind of failure occurred there. Whew. All right. Damn it. Here's the problem. I seem to lack fury. Every time you disarm me or like get into a position that's even slightly favorable, it is the anger that carries you through. We just got an achievement for getting 100 kills in a single match, which is true. A true sign of high level play.
Shouldn't have gone back for the sword. Now I'm losing too much ground.
Oh. What made you think that? What made you want to throw your weapon forward in that circumstance where I was jumping? I thought I for sure had the tricks on you, but you still did it. You still got the thing. Haha. I'm coming around a little bit on the low ranged attack. Oh, damn it.
Losing too much ground. Oh.
No, I got it. What do you think? Are we going for 200 here? No. The funny thing is we both went low at the same time. Like we tied mid on the strikes, and then we both went low at the same time, but somehow it ended up working for you. Oh, I threw it so early. Oh my god.
No.
No weapons, just stomping. My kneecaps. I like the way the thrown bow doesn't even kill them. I found all the money. Also, I gotta eat my worm, I guess.
Congratulations.
So that is maybe less critical.
On your victory.
Hooray. Amabel. It is now word as law. I am unvengeanceable. Next year I get to at least have a little bit of a say in what happens on the birthday stream.
Did you dislike the birthday stream?
And that's not what this is about, okay? That's Nidhogg. What do you think of Nidhogg?
That's fun.
That's a fun game, right? I knew Typing of the Dead was not going to last us. I knew we were going to get tired of that shit real fast.
You're going to kick me out of your parsec, right?
I am going to kick you out of my parsec. I was just getting to it. Get the hints from my computer. Vade retro. Okay, so how's everybody doing? That's Nidhogg and Typing of the Dead. And hey, Amabel, guess what?
What?
We haven't really been streaming for all that long.
No, it's been like an hour.
So,
yeah,
I did think that was going to take longer than it ended up taking. Can I tell you?
Yeah.
Is there anything you want to do? So let's talk a little bit about business here.
Okay.
Because we have some business, right? There's not going to be a stream next week.
Right.
And this coming week, from this 7th to 11th, theoretically the video schedule is going back to normal-ish. Sorry, everybody, about the impromptu vacation that I was trying very hard not to take, but I was just overwhelmed. I don't necessarily want to get into it, but those of you who are paying attention to American governmental news will have an idea perhaps what it was that put me deep in a hole this last week. Spent a lot of time not being very productive. So anyway, hopefully we're getting back to normal for a week, and then the following week, that is the 14th to the 18th, my out-of-state partner is up, and so we'll be taking a little bit of a break on the normal recordings, but lucky y'all, we have gotten ahead on some other stuff, so we'll be doing a little break in the schedule, but there will still be videos. There will in fact be a full complement, a full grip of videos featuring Amabel.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Every day. This is not Amabel working in my stead. This is me and Amabel. Some stuff that we managed to record ahead of time, including a thing that a couple of people have asked me to check out, over the years, and I've just never gotten around to, in part because I didn't want to, but with Amabel there, it became a reasonable thing to do. So yeah, that's be on the lookout for that, but there will be no stream on the 13th because we're busy. And then, the week after that, like as of the 20th, back to business as usual is the plan. Thank you all very much, y'all in chat saying that it is okay to be overwhelmed by stuff. I believe that too, and part of me deciding not to, part of the way I talked myself into not just torturing myself about it, but like saying, okay, I got to take the week and it's just got to be what it is hopefully, hopefully me doing that, other people who see it will be able to take it a little bit easier on themselves as well. Not that I'm out here trying to lead by example, because I don't think anybody should be following in my footsteps, but we tend to stigmatize mental health and not working enough and all that kind of shit in this society, and I think that's maybe not so good. So I'm trying to help to destigmatize a little bit, and also try to beat the stigmatization out of myself, because boy oh boy, even though I do not believe it intellectually, am I finding myself just caked with all this bootstrap nonsense. Anyway, Amabel.
Yeah.
I think we should stream for a little bit longer.
Yeah. I have.
You have something? You have an idea?
I mean, I have lots of somethings.
Okay. Something that's like an hour long?
Yeah. Do you want to play a game or two from your Sega Genesis collection?
Sure. Yeah, we could do that. Let me...
Like, whatever you want to... Your choice. And then next time, not next week, obviously, you just said that, but next time, you can inflict something on me. Oh, no. Don't make me play the Lost Levels. I would hate that.
I really thought between Overkill and a bunch of matches of Nidhogg that we would be... That's crazy how fast that went. I like Nidhogg though. What do you think? What do you think of Nidhogg?
Yeah, I think it's a really charming little thing, and it has it does have enough tech, enough complications to make it an interesting diversion. Would I want to watch like the Nidhogg World Tour championship tournament for 8 hours. No, it's not like a Tekken, but it's but it was a fun way. It was a fun thing for us to do.
And I thought it'd be a fun. I thought it would be a fun sort of thing to surprise you with.
Yeah,
This is
that
an
was a nice
interesting. It's
surprise.
an interesting competition, but it doesn't take a lot of like learning. You play a match and you're more or less on top of it, and then.
So someone is asking, what about the first one?
Hold on a second. Do I have the first Nidhogg? So the first Nidhogg is, I really like. Yeah, I do have the first Nidhogg. We're not gonna load it up. I'll just show the store page here real quick. The first Nidhogg is gameplay wise considerably simpler. It is just a. It is just the fencing foil weapon. And
Okay.
let me fade this in on the stream here. And it has this much more sort of classic, almost like Atari type graphical style.
Gotcha.
But aside from that, like the basic mechanics are all there. The thing where you can like height change through somebody's weapon to disarm them, and the throwing and and stuff. But it doesn't have that. I really like that like goofy, organic, like gushy. I don't have a word for it except for like gushy art style that they went with for the second one. Super appeals to me. I find it very very charming. Anyway, the Sega games. Hey y'all, have you heard of these Segas? Okay. We got a lot of stuff here. I have unironically been thinking about going back and playing some of like the JRPGs of my youth on the channel. It's like, are these games still good?
Okay.
Are these games good at all? Did I like these games for good reasons, or was I just a dumb kid? And Shining Force 2 would definitely be up there, but for sure, like Shining Force and Phantasy Star are not going to be interesting things to play for an hour.
Right.
I don't know. Is any of this stuff like leaping out at you? I gotta be honest with you. I was not much of a Shinobi kid.
Shinobi games are really hard. It feels
Yeah,
like.
I like Gunstar Heroes.
Not like Gunstar Heroes is good. Ice Star, of course, is a favorite. There's a Sonic the Hedgehog games. I don't know.
Little
Gunstar Heroes.
So this is a game that I did not have in my youth, but there was a copy at the Latchkey.
Okay.
So I guess I don't know if they still do that shit today anymore. But my mom worked and my dad was useless. So my mom worked hospital shifts. Right, and so she was not necessarily done with work when we were done with school. So the school had a program where kids could like stay for, like up to 2 or 3 extra hours after school was done, basically. And they had like a couple of teachers who stuck around, and they had a room for this stuff with some, there's books and toys and board games and a couple of scavenged video game systems. It's literally all of my Atari 2600 time comes from the Latchkey program in grade school. And you hang out until your people came for you. When you were too young to just walk back home and be under your own charge for 3 hours or whatever. So I did not have this game, but the Latchkey had this game, and so my experience of it is very broken up. It's very like I've played the first 15 minutes a lot of times,
Yeah.
So
No,
you can
I
fire in
remember-
8 directions, but it's when fixed shot is when you're shooting, you stop moving, and your movement keys aim, right?
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna do free shot, and so like the thing that's cool about this game, this is a shooter where you can see there I'm gonna pick one weapon type, but I have circles up there for 2 weapon types. You can mix the weapon types and create cool mixy things. I'm gonna pick up the chaser because it's the weapon for people who don't want to have to aim or think good. Oh no, enemy army is attacking the natives. Save them. Because we're anti-colonialist here in Gunstar Heroes. I don't know if that's an enemy army or a native.
Well, that's at least that's different than like a Metal Slug. Metal Slug is very colonialist, so.
Yeah, Metal Slug. It's not at all clear what's going on in Metal Slug, to me. In addition to this stuff, see, I can pick up this gun, and now we have homing flaming shot. To a certain extent, the homing is not the most evident, but you can see it turning here and there. I also can run up on enemies and do kung fu to them. You have martial arts and throws and stuff. You can hang from the ledges. This game is fucking rad.
Yeah, it's a cool game. So I didn't have a latchkey, but I did spend a lot of time at a local Boys and Girls Club where they had a Nintendo with a small handful of games. So those were the games that I would play. 15, because you only got 15 minutes with the machine at a time.
I had to press.
And
wait, how do I? Oh, I just wasn't on it enough.
And I played so much of Milan's Secret Castle for the NES, which is not the greatest game, but if that's the only game you kind of have to play, you spend a lot of time, with it, and it starts to, if you play a bad game, for hours, you start to see the appeal of it to a degree.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm having a hell of a time. I'm trying to swap weapons to Chaser here, but these enemies are being very difficult. Alright, turn them both back on, and now we have the Super Chasers, which are actually pretty good.
Which is not usually a thing you expect a trans woman to say, but,
Well, that's the difference between the normal Chasers and the Super Chasers. A Super Chaser is like a chaser who also thinks you're a human being. Can you imagine such a thing? Such power. Can I down jump? I can. Because here's the thing. I would actually... it jumps too much. Chaser laser is definitely my favorite weapon, but I have failed to get the laser. Thanks, Power Up Duck. That robot that has
the internet loves Power Up Duck.
20 minutes later, Power Up Duck gave me 2 extra hearts. We still all love Power Up Duck. I just jumped off the screen in my excitement and my love for Power Up Duck. Here comes Bravo Man. So one thing of note about this game is that it has the best bosses in the universe.
Yeah, is that what that is that we're looking at right
there
now?
is Bravo Man. He cannot be stopped. You can see I have a little wall jump. This is not the most damaging of weapons, because obviously if the one where you didn't have to aim was super damaging, that would be not great balance wise. That's why I wanted to swap it for Chaser Laser, because Chaser Laser actually does do good damage. So I'm trying to throw in some extra damage from martial arts here.
Now, do you happen to know if this was a Genesis original or an arcade game that was ported?
Yeah, that I don't know. It is pretty arcadey. But that was sort of the era, right? The studio that made it, I'm blanking on the name. But
Treasure.
They were Treasure. Yeah, this is like a Treasure joint, right? Like this is the kind of thing that they were.
It was Treasure's first game.
This is the kind of thing that they were like known for in the era, though. Like,
yeah,
you say Treasure and you'd be like, oh yeah, them shooters, right?
Yeah, that's.
No, Power Up Duck. Give me more stuff. I don't want this. Okay.
So apparently, Treasure was started by a bunch of former Konami people. They had pitched this, and Konami said no, so they started their own company. And Gunstar Heroes was their first game.
Mm-hmm. And a hell of a debut, I would say.
Yeah. They also did McDonald's Treasureland Adventure, which is not great.
Honestly, it's not as bad as you might think, I would say.
Well, it's no Mick Kids.
It's or certainly no. I believe it's MC Kids.
No.
I want it to be MC Kids. Oh no. This is Pinky Rotor.
So, yeah. So actually, it is Mick Kids. I did talk to the people who worked. I interviewed everyone who worked on the game.
Yeah,
years ago.
My uncle also works for Cheetos or whoever.
I wrote a long essay about the production of the game years ago when I was doing writing for a video game magazine, and
Ow! I failed to slide. Well, that's not very good. Let's shut her up.
they were very. It's a thing I actually did. I did an oral history of Mick Kids, and it is Mick Kids, unfortunately.
Did you even hear what I said?
I was watching you get your ass kicked.
You were too busy. You were too busy looking for an opportunity to denigrate me on national television.
I was talking about an accomplishment I had.
And I was making as though to argue, but not actually arguing in a hilarious way that is a reference to our shared comedic past. You were too busy looking for a way to self-aggrandize while punishing me, to play along in the space. Too busy for a yes and.
It's too dazzling what I'm looking at, and
there's a reason that they don't call her Yes and Amabel.
That's true.
There's a bunch of reasons.
Dynamite Heady.
Yeah, Dynamite Heady's fucking very
terrific.
weird. Very weird game. Check out this chaser laser. Thank you, Power Up Duck. I love the way it just hangs out on enemies and does horrible things to them. But unfortunately, it will commit itself to an invincible enemy, and just hang out there forever. That's a useful thing to do.
It's not the most useful thing.
And it doesn't always like to go to enemies that have multiple pieces where only one of them takes damage. It doesn't necessarily love to. Yeah, you can see here it focusing on the leg of that guy, where he does not take the wounds. It's doing a good thing now. But sometimes you have to nudge it a little bit, which you can kind of do. Okay, well, that's a way to get out from under it.
You did it.
Yeah, it was pretty clumsy. It takes so long to kill bosses with the chaser. Some people might say you should just use better weapons, but I am a huge baby, so fuck them.
You are demonstrating your skill.
I'm demonstrating demonstrating my lack of skill. All right, you want to go to the level, the Lord of the Strange Fortress.
Yeah.
This is the fucked up level everybody remembers.
I don't, because I never got this far.
Did you see me almost die for no reason? But then narrowly pull
good
survival
good
from
tech.
the jaws of defeat.
Here's the thing that you are always maximizing for is the entertainment of your audience.
Sure.
Having a close call now and then,
Yeah, people love it. And they definitely don't make fun of me on the Reddit and in my emails forever. All right,
do people do that?
I don't think so. All enemies need to despawn so that I can shoot lasers. I temporarily disabled the chaser there to try to give myself some focus. And it's cool that you can do that, you know? This area is so
Yeah.
full of enemies. We haven't gotten to the part of this level that's cool yet. I'll tell you. No, I won't tell you. You'll just know because of
I'll
how
just
cool
know.
it is. All right, am I going to be a grown-up and trade out my weapon here?
No.
Okay. I love that answer. Because it means I don't have to learn new things or like become good at the game. I love the animations on the dudes, how the face they make when they panic because they're getting Gunstarred to the maximum extent. Get away from me.
Yeah, the animation is really strong. Yeah.
This would remain the case. Check it out. It's the Dice Palace, Amabel. You cannot get away. Time to throw the dice. I rolled a 3. Let's fight. This is a weird thing to do in the middle of your game.
It is. It's a weird thing to do.
Oh no, it's the Timuron. No, stop doing that. There we go. As long as the laser. Now look, he's got some kind of time control. He disexplodes his bombs and then puts them back in himself for reasons unknown to us. Perhaps he has very limited ammunition, but also time powers. That's just efficiency, I guess. This area is especially weird in 2-player because both players advance on the board separately. Oh god, melon bread! Amabel, danger ahead, melon bread. And then that happens. And that's the kind of thing that'll get you to remember a video game forever. To this day, I have never forgotten about melon bread. Yeah, I think you can. Never mind. I was trying to, grab it again in the air and throw it again. For extra luck, you see.
Yeah.
Uh-oh, time for a classic rush and go.
Someone says, roll and move, the pinnacle of board game design right here in a video game. What luck. Roll and move gets a bad rap.
Uh-oh, you've activated Amabel's backgammon circuits.
Roll and move. when used in a way where you make decisions. You're not making decisions here. It's just a
Right.
linear track. But if you add forking paths...
You're making
or
decisions
moving
about how
multiple
much you want to
pawns-
survive the boss fight.
Yeah. Or you're moving like multiple pawns like you do. And there's a game called That's Life, which actually does that. And it's a pretty charming, light, sort of early Euro kind of game. Backgammon, of course, is astonishing. It's still good. still so good.
I'm sorry. I find it unironically very charming the way you love backgammon because you really do. You have such strong feelings about it.
Yeah. I have watched the World Backgammon Championships from 2005 multiple times because it's just some good backgammon.
Now this is happening.
I don't like this.
Hopefully, it is clear to you now why I like the laser chaser.
Yeah.
'Cause in a lot of cases, you can
Absolutely.
just put it in a boss and just hold the button down. Okay, are you ready? This is where the fun part happens. Okay, all right. We haven't hit it yet. Welcome to the happy item room. Collect items. Hell yeah, happy item room. Thanks. All right, now all I have to do is not roll a 1. You motherfucker. Game design. Amabel, what do you think about that as a bit of game design there?
I don't. I hate that. That was. I mean, what you, the way you do that instead, if you want to be an asshole but not that much of an asshole, is you do the must land, on the spot exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So you know, you might have some tough stuff to repeat because you can't move, rather than a space where you go back. Go back is shit. And also, how random is that die? I only saw it move in increments of 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah, that's what it does. There we go. I'm embarrassed at how long it took me to get that. But I thought I could jump up the, you know. I didn't realize how much I was going to get rejected by the walls.
Oh, it just has the faces repeated. Okay, I see.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And now we're going to get ones and have to fight all the enemies. Oh god, it's a minion soldier. Stay away from me. No. God.
That's pretty charming.
Oh god, his karate is second to none. Minion soldier, please. I have a family. And then the standard victory condition, the standard victory celebration, when you defeat a boss, is to throw your arm in the air and then laser yourself in the genitals until they fall off. This is understood to be a move of great power and dominance. No one would dare mess with a person who is willing to laser their genitals off. Obviously.
Yeah.
Which is why nobody has ever given shit to a trans person in history. But the homing laser really wants to chill out on the invincible portion of this boss. But I can just shoot through. Yeah, like that. Well, that was miserable. I took a ton of damage there from an attack that didn't look particularly damaging. The thing just floated at me and then sucked up my HP. It was very much, in a lot of ways, it was very much like the meeting cube. It felt to me similar to the meeting cube.
The Rook points out that small enemy soldier has a small enemy family. You think about that?
I did think about that.
All right.
I considered trying to use that against him, but I thought it would be, he seemed too merciless to care about such a thing. Alright, so you're supposed to watch the little pattern and not be in the way of where the laser's going to go. I did a fantastically bad job with that first pattern.
You have 7 health.
Yeah, because I had to fight the whole... I had to fight two
How much
whole...
do you need?
Probably more than
You
that.
need 1? You just need 1 health?
I think I probably need
I
like
think-
a bunch.
No. Just don't get hit.
Well, I've opened up the only fight that was left on the fucking... God damn it. God damn it, Gunstar Heroes. Welcome to the Super Gondola. Oh, God.
Where
Amabel.
are we starting here?
Oh, we're starting right here. Don't you know it?
Oh.
You cannot get away. Often proves to be actually true.
So this level's a bit annoying.
Oh no, it's Valvalion. Don't forget to shoot his head. Fuck you, Valvalion. I have no respect for your rules.
You lost your good weapon, too.
I did.
And I didn't really see weapon power-ups in this section.
There are. They're in the stages that say take an item. You just have to land on the take an item spaces. There's 2 of them, I think.
All right.
There's 3 of them even. Look at all the mercy. Look at all the mercy of there being 3 of them. Hey, we got one. Happy item room. All right, let's try this one more time, but this time without the sucking. They inflicted this on children, is the point I'm making.
Yeah. Apparently, the game Cuphead has a section that's a homage to this.
Yeah.
According to the internet.
You know, I still haven't played Cuphead. I probably should.
It looks like it's hard.
It does. Yeah, it looks like it's probably fairly difficult. It has a bit of a reputation, certainly. You do love you some Fleischer era rubber hose ass animation.
I do. So really, my preferred Fleischer era animation, from that same period, is their Superman cartoons. It's just they're so fucking gorgeous. The use of color, like the economy of storytelling.
God, melon bread. It's always melon bread. The key to melon bread is the key to many horrors that you face during your childhood. Simply put yourself in the corner and look away. This will also protect you from boogeymen, Blair witches, Frankenstein, the doctor, obviously, who has convinced himself through science of the proposition that if you cannot see him, he cannot see you.
Did Frankenstein do that?
Yeah, that's what I just said.
Huh. Oh, okay.
Through science. Come on, get him. Just chip him down slowly. The thing is, like, I'll deliver just like a hilarious joke, and then I will get no response. I assume that they are responding in chat. Or just, the joke might be a strong word, but I'll say a thing that's funny. And you get no response, and I look over, and you're looking down. 100% of the time.
I'm trying to parse what you said, and I'm just...
So there are 2 ways that you might enjoy such a thing. First of all, you might just, like, go ahead and sit with the fact that it's an absurdity. That's just, like, a weird thing to say, because it's a weird thing to believe. And it requires, it's necessarily self-negating because you have to be able to see someone to evaluate whether or not they can see you so that you can evaluate whether or not you can see them.
Yeah, okay. I get...
But also, it's a fun reference to the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Because that is actually the description of the behavior of the ravenous bug-bladder beast of Trawl.
See, I remember very little of Hitchhiker's Guide, so I'm afraid like you had me at a loss there as far as the reference. I figured it was like a reference humor, but I could not parse it. And then as far as like you saying something that's absurd, you do that all the time, and I don't know when it's supposed to be funny.
It's always funny. Hold on a second. What is it that you are positing about the times when I would say an absurd thing that isn't supposed to be funny? Eyes narrowed. I ask you. Fucking super gondola.
This is what killed you last time, wasn't it?
Yeah. Also, falling off of stuff's bad for me. Should probably not do that. This is what wore me down last time. It was just like the thing I faced at the end. You really don't jump very far if you are jumping sideways while holding fire. The trick is to stop
Roll
holding
great.
fire. Yay! Final fight. Thank the heavens. I've completed the Dice Palace. Check out the cow. Check out our victory cow.
All right.
All right, Black Beach Stepper. He's got a red fireball, a green cutter, a blue cracker, and a yellow laser. And a standard Japanese sense of racial dynamics. So you can see he rolls. He rolls, and then his attack is based on where his feet land from the roll. So now he's going to do the yellow cracker, which I believe I can avoid by just being in the corner here. He's going to step red and do the fireball thing again, which is annoying. I jumped way early. There we go.
You got him.
Dude is not himself so tough. If you can make it through the Dice Palace, and whether or not you can make it through the Dice Palace depends a lot on whether or not you roll the long way back. Take this. Look at all the kung fu I'm doing to you, and also to myself, and also to you. How dare you give me a fake gem that's actually a explosive? All right, real gem,
Hey,
please.
Cat of Nine Tails. Thank you for dropping.
Fuck you. Okay, real gem, please. Sorry, I'm beating up this hostage. Hi, stuff. That fuck you did not have anything to do with you. All right, let's go to the underground mine. Check this out. Here in the underground mine, we ride this little critter. You know what's cool about this thing?
What?
If you hit jump in the air, oh, we can reverse gravity.
So notice there's only 4 stages in the level. So is there only 4 stages in the game, or like
No,
4 stages on the final
I
stage?
believe there's a fifth stage. As you can see, like, the game's actually fairly difficult.
Yeah.
At least it can be. I guess it depends. Depends on your control of your weaponry. Or your ability to aim if you choose to use weapons that are not this one. We can also cling to the sidewall, which is important because, you know, we must. This weapon does kind of trivialize this part of the game, I guess. It just like runs off and finds the things to kill before I'm even aware of them. You know, game design it's tricky. It's a complicated thing, a complicated field.
For sure. But, you know, people have other... Like, people could choose to start with a different weapon if they want a different kind of challenge.
Yeah.
I'll say I've never seen anyone select the fixed shot. It does not seem like standing in place is the thing you want to do in this game.
Well, if you're using a non-chasing shot, you know, the ability to actually like aim your shots with greater precision, I could see being valuable, especially against some of the bosses.
The trade-off, though, because this falls kind of into the genre of run and gun, right?
Yeah.
It's not run then gun.
Well, you know, run and gun. I mean, like, there's an argument to be made. Does it refer to doing those things sequentially? Because it could. Does it refer to doing those things simultaneously? It could. It just says there's running and also there's gunning. It doesn't say how they're positioned relative to one another. The day I blew that guy's train up was the most important day of his life, Amabel. You see this? You see this? All this force? You see this? You see this fucking team of robots that I'm about to have to fight? This is this is a neat boss fight. This guy has a cool transforming robot with like 7 or 8 forms, and you have to, you know, you have to be ready for the bullshit of each of the forms. Oh, what's up now, nerd? We did not spend enough time making fun of their names for me to remember their names. So I was pressing the button.
But they were nerd names.
But they were nerd names. I mean, they're fairly standard, you know, Sentai kind of, right? Like,
yeah. Did you watch a lot of Super Sentai, like Power Rangers, when you were a kid?
You know, I certainly saw some Power Rangers, and definitely some big bad Beetleborgs, but not like a lot of them.
I forgot about the Beetleborgs. Do you remember VR Troopers?
I do vaguely remember that they are VR.
That's right. We are VR Troopers.
Yeah, but I like saying it from my perspective because it makes the thing not work.
This is a cool boss.
Ow, I did bad. Well, you're cool. Your best friend here is about to kill my ass. Uh-oh. Okay. Oh, this is a neat one. Kind of reminds me of this boss fight. Kind of feels to me a little bit like Shadow of the Colossus. You know what I mean?
Okay. In what way?
Well, just like the assortment of things feels kind of like the assortment of Colossuses, especially like the variety of shapes. I think each one of these shapes is represented by a Colossus.
Fuck, that's a good game.
Managed to get through that. We're doing it, Amabel. We're surviving. Which stage do you choose? Well, it turns out I don't get to choose anymore. You know, it said go up there, but I think it just meant go up, but like stay over here. I was misled. And then missiled. Which is if you write that down, if you were to see that in writing, you would think that was kind of a clever.
Umbral Reaver asked if anyone else watched Vampires, or was that just a fever dream? I'm not familiar with Vampires.
I'm not either. Is that with an N?
With an N.
Like vampires that live in a van? That's a fucking sick idea.
Oh, wow, okay.
Like they got, like, is there a wizard airbrushed on it? Or I guess a vampire or something?
Okay, I'm going to try to find an image here.
Yeah, I can see if you can paste it in the call, I can kind of see it. Those stupid finicky laser beams chase enemies, not bombs. God, I think that guy is powering this flying machine entirely by flexing. Okay, I don't even kind of know what to make of that. I cannot
Okay,
parse
so-
that in the amount of time I have to look over.
Right. So, according to our friend Wikipedia, Van-Fires is a 1997 animated children's TV series with live-action segments
Okay.
centering on a group of human teenagers who protect and defend the world from evil anthropomorphic junkyard vans and vehicles known as vampires. They do this by transforming into robot cars, calling themselves the Motor Vaders.
Okay. All right. Okay. Like motivators.
Yeah.
Not clear to me really what they're. Okay. That's fine.
The four kids are named Axel,
Sure.
Snap, Rev, and Nuke. Nuke does a lot of flatulence.
Butt nukes. I see.
Yeah. The vampires are named Tracula.
Look at this man. Look at this dude.
All right.
Boss is approaching. Orange. His name is Orange.
Okay. So his name is not Cardaver
No, that's true.
or Alucard.
Okay, that's funny, but I don't know which kids are going to get that. I like this thing where he jumps up and grabs the rotor to try to elbow drop you off of it.
So the music was made by John Entwistle. It was his last album before he died. Was the music from Vampires soundtrack?
You want to maybe? You're saying that like that's a thing that's him, but
He was a bass guitarist for The Who.
okay.
Like he was like a legitimate like rock and roll musician, and his last solo work was soundtrack for this 13-episode TV series.
While we were away, the Empire came and kidnapped Yellow.
Shit!
Ha ha ha! If you want to save Yellow, come to me with all the gems. But that's if you can get me alive. Well, we must obey him. Please save Yellow. Destroy them all. Thanks, Power Up Duck. I know your heart was in the right place. Even when you said those things. The thing about Power Up Duck that most people don't understand, that people don't get, all right,
Yeah.
is that he's well-meaning, but he speaks from the heart, and he has no filter, you know, and I think we should really admire that. Because like society needs more of that, needs more,
Right, yeah.
more racist ducks.
And you shouldn't try to correct him or give him information, because that's just you silencing him and being a scold. So the way we make the world better is just let people continue to say heinous shit all the time.
I love every stage has one of these like palette swap ninja robot bosses, and they are such chumps. They go down like such chumps every time.
I do like that your health does not seem to have a upper bound. It's just if you're not taking damage and you're getting health power-ups, your health continues to climb. That's pretty cool.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of bombs. I love that you can grab and throw the hover car if you can make contact with it.
Yeah.
The crates are really heavy, I guess. You can pick them up, but you can't actually throw them. I don't know if you saw that. You just kind of like drop them approximately where they stand. Guy, you gotta stop. So this is pretty hectic. I'm not gonna lie,
Yeah.
I'm not applying a huge amount of strategy here. The most important thing is, like, if an enemy bomb gets near you, there's a little counterintuitive, I guess, so it's sort of like a strategy. If an enemy bomb gets near you, the most important thing to do is to stop shooting and move toward it, and then, you know, hit attack again once you've done this so that you can grab it and throw it. Trying to run away from bombs that have gotten close to you is a recipe for sadness. Oh my god, Ninja Man, get off of me. This ninja guy is kind of doing work because the hover car is protecting him. Alright, he has lost his defender. Oh man, they got a cool mech. And, you know, ordinarily I'm not a big fan of, like, aim assist in games, so it may seem weird that I play this game, like, with the chaser on and everything. But I don't know, like, I think some games are kind of, like, about, or at least, you know, gain something from being about, like, a virtuosity of play. Oh, okay,
Right.
little glitch there. You know, first person, if I'm playing a Doom game or something, a first person shooter of really any kind, I want to be doing cool aiming and movement stuff, and I want to be rewarded for the coolness of my aiming and movement stuff. A beat 'em up, I don't necessarily think I hold to the same.
Yeah.
I don't want to say standard because I don't think it's a standards thing. Even I think it's just like a totally different idea of what the gameplay is even for.
Yeah. No, I would agree with beat 'em up running gun games. You know, there's a kind of a lot of it's about the experience of the chaos and the
Yeah.
aesthetics of the explosions of color and whatnot.
Oh no, this guy's practicing his love dancing. His boss is here to yell at him. Oh no. It is actually Smash Daisaku. He has a spiral head and an afterburner. See if you can figure out which character some of these maneuvers remind you of.
Yeah, it's very
Reminiscent of
Vega.
yes. Or, you know, the famous boxer, Michael Tyson. Oh man, back at the beginning of this really long level. We don't necessarily have to actually finish the game.
Yeah, are you
Let me give it one more try.
okay? Also, I know this is probably counter to the experience, but I do believe that if you want to, when you get to the boss fight again, you can make a save state.
Oh, I think you're right. Yeah, I believe this does feature definitely legal playing it on the internet functionality. Oh, come here, you. Yeah, fuck off. It's wild how much of a threat a stack of crates is in this game. It is so hard to kill crates. That guy just held me in place and then dropped a grenade at his feet. That's certainly a maneuver. That's certainly a thing you're
Right.
allowed to do.
I am checking the chat. What are we all talking?
Check this shit.
The Rook misses Titanfall's smart gun.
We all miss Titanfall. Especially Amabel.
I've never played it. Is Titanfall okay? Is Titanfall the one where you're in a giant robot and your buddies, or is it the one where you're climbing a tower and have arrows?
It is a giant robot buddies.
Okay. Well, what's the other one called?
Towerfall.
Okay. Well, that's why I haven't thought of it.
I'm surprised you're even familiar.
I mean, I've never played it. I just know it exists and people liked it, and it's...
Yeah, it's a pretty fun...
Was it a computer game?
yeah, it's a pretty fun sort of multiplayer couch co-op chaos game, much in the vein of Nidhogg or Duck Game or, you know, Crawl. Perhaps Crawl. Oh, man, maybe we could have played Crawl. Last time we tried to record Crawl, we had some issues, though.
Yeah. What is Duck Game?
It's that game with those ducks.
Well, that's not helpful.
The game with the ducks.
Dennis. Well, that's Gunstar Heroes.
You got me.
Dennis Kullick says, wasn't that a Ouya exclusive or something?
Was it? I mean, certainly not forever, because it is definitely a game you can play on. You can buy on Steam now.
What's an
but
Ouya?
I could see it might have been an Ouya thing. I'm maybe not the best person to ask. Chat, does somebody want to explain the Ouya? What I know about it basically is that it was a like crowd-funded video game console that it's not that it didn't come into existence. It totally did. Ouyas are real. I've seen them on the internet. But it certainly didn't go the way that the producers were hoping.
Is the first crowd-funded console that actually was successful the Playdate?
I mean, it does depend on how you define successful. I'm sure some people probably define the Ouya as successful in the sense that it did produce. You know, it probably. My guess is, without knowing the details and just kind of the vibe, I bet the Ouya delivered what it said it was going to deliver. Because again, like they did make stuff. We do all love a playdate, though.
Yeah, we have a friend who has one.
They're doing cool things in that playdate space. Oh my god, it's so hard to have enough time to respond to the walkers. There's so much going on, Amabel.
I see that. It's Cuckoo Banana Pants.
I did not get at by that walker. Here we go. Boss is approaching. Final great soldier.
Do you want to put a save?
Action. Love dancing. How I do?
I don't. I mean, there's certainly like a menu button somewhere.
Oh, I found a rewind button.
That's helpful.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay, you can do this.
I'm just gonna beat him with his spiral, whatever. Boy, the fact that he can just like the fact that he can just hang there in the air eternally before launching his attack does complicate things somewhat as far as avoiding him goes. If he throws those bombs right, you know, where it's like close enough that I can grab it, but not so close that I'm going to get owned by it. You know what? I'm good.
You're good. Yeah.
How's everybody else doing? All right. I see the chat has not provided a lot of Ouya information.
No.
Amabel, you have to incentivize.
Yeah.
them.
I mean, I asked. How? Usually, I ask and people give me things. That's how it works for me.
That, you know, it does seem to be accurate. All right. Well, that was, you know, some of Gunstar Heroes. That's my reward. That's my reward for winning the tournament.
Yeah. So now we're in the post stream.
Yeah, where's the thing? There's the thing. Brad, that was the stream. Thanks for coming, everybody. That was the stream. Welcome to the post stream.
Where we recommend things.
The part where we briefly, you know, just let's all talk about a thing, piece of media, or whatever that we loved in the last week that we could share with others. Maybe they can also love it too. Maybe everybody can just find a thing to enjoy, to have a good time with.
I have a thing to recommend. I have two things to recommend, but one of which I have not seen.
Okay, that's a little.
Gotcha.
It's a little outside of the thing, yeah.
So the one I haven't seen, I'll start with, is that Games Done Quick starts today.
That's true.
I mean, that's going to be good.
It's true. It is day one of SGDQ, Summer Games Done Quick, a massive twice yearly charity marathon of all your favorite speed runners and also other various game trick doers. Because some of it's, you know, there's a lot of speed running, but also you'll see people, you know, taking swings at, you know, the world record for completing games blindfolded or with their feet or having a robot play the game for them or, you know, it's all kinds of shenanigans and trickery. If you love video games, especially if you love slightly older video games, GamesDoneQuick.com. GamesDoneQuick.com is the place to go.
Yeah, I haven't seen any of this year's yet because it hasn't happened yet. But I'm gonna recommend it. I'm sure it's good.
No, that's a good idea. Yeah, and they always have a thing going on with the T-shirt site The Yeti, T-shirt and video game merch site The Yeti, where.
Oh yeah, let's find out what those T-shirts are. That'd be a good time.
Where the games that are the apparel and stuff that's associated with GDQ, all of the proceeds, all the profits, go to charity. So that's it's good fun for a good cause. Also, the game the T-shirts and stuff tend to be extremely fucking cool. So that's another thing I'll say is check out the merch because the merch is good. I have a lot of Games Done Quick shirts and stuff.
Yeah. The other thing I'll recommend is a movie.
All right.
Les Enfants du Paradis from 1945.
Les Enfants du All right.
Can you pronounce that better for me?
Les Enfants du Paradis.
Which is a 3-hour, 10-minute epic French film about theater district in like the during the July Monarchy, and this was shot during World War II, and a number of resistance fighters were just kind of hiding as extras and using that to conduct operations. That's pretty cool, and it's a good film. It's really it's really beautifully shot and acted and directed. Just really solid traditional filmmaking. There's a lot of pantomime in it, so if you're not someone who's like enjoys pantomime, maybe this is not for you. If you like pantomime, which I do, because I'm that kind of nerd, it's quite good. and I would recommend it. What do you have, sweetie?
You know, listen, I spent a lot of time this week, in a not very great place, just sort of like anxiety spiraling. Only
I know
once,
there's a film that
only once did I actually vomit because of it. But
yeah.
I was not. Don't ask me what's good right now. I do not have a great answer. There's so much good stuff out in the world.
I know there's a good film that we saw together like 3 days ago.
Oh,
And
you know what? That was
I
good.
explicitly didn't mention it so you could have it.
You're very smart, and that's really good. I'm sorry. I'm so in the hole today.
You're fine.
Yeah, we watched the film adaptation of the Shirley Jackson story, We Have Always Lived in the Castle, which is up on Shudder. That's how we saw it, but that may not be the only way to see it, depending on where you are. I thought it was great. I thought it was really, really good. I was not familiar with the story beforehand, but of course I do. I traditionally have been responsive to Shirley Jackson stories when adapted to film. And yeah, it's really, really great performances from Alexandra Daddario and Sebastian Stan and what's the younger actress's name? She's Vera Farmiga's daughter, right?
Yeah, I forgot.
Yeah.
I forgot.
And you can sometimes you can really tell. Sometimes it really shines through. She was fantastic, I thought, in a role that I think was probably pretty challenging. Yeah, so I definitely recommend that. The We Have Always Lived in the Castle, it's called. It came out in like 2023 or something. I don't remember when it came out.
Yeah.
It came out before now, and it's on the internet.
Like 2018.
2018? Sure, that seems plausible. Sorry. You know what else I've been doing? I've been compulsively playing Solitaire. The Zectronics Solitaire collection. I've just done a lot of Solitaire the last cause that's I get stuck in loops. When it gets really bad, my executive function disorder, it's all fucked up. And I find little loops to get stuck in, and the game's got some pretty good loops to get stuck in. The Zectronics Solitaire collection, it's a collection. So I don't know if for people who are not aware, Zectronics is a company that produces mostly puzzle games about computers, or produced, I should say, because the company is officially dead now. But a thing that was common in all of their games, as different as one might be from another, there was almost always some new version of Solitaire in there somewhere. And so the last thing the company released before they broke up was the Zectronics Solitaire collection, where it's what it sounds like. It's a collection of all the Solitaire things from their things, plus one new one that they developed just for this. And you know what? They're good. You like Solitaire? They're pretty. It's a compelling collection, I would say. The collection is good. And in fact, I don't want to spoil anything, but in fact, my Solitaire brain may have led me to there might be some Solitaire type stuff coming up on the channel in the very near future. So yeah, I think that's what I got for today. Thank you for reminding me about the very good movie we watched together, because it was very good.
Yeah.
I bought Satisfactory, but I haven't really cracked into it yet.
Okay.
Just seemed like in the sale, it seemed like I should finally try to play one of those. And looking at them, Satisfactory seemed like maybe the one. The one that I hear everybody likes the most is Subnautica, but I just can't. I'm so thalassophobic. I cannot imagine making it through Subnautica, especially because there are like, if there weren't any monsters, it would be bad enough. But I know that there are sea monsters in it, and I just won't be able to do the thing. Yeah. So I'll tell you, I'll play some of that and I'll tell you if it's good. Satisfactory. Nobody's ever offered forth an opinion on it before, so I know that you desperately need mine.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, I think that's gonna be it for us. Yeah, for this week, for this thing, for this stream.
Yeah.
Not a moment too soon, because the scaffolding is going out. So thank you all so much for watching. Thank you all for sticking with us through thick times and lean. Sorry about last week. There will be videos this coming week, and then I'm going to take another little break, and there'll still be videos, and hopefully by the end of that break, I'll feel a little bit more like recovered. If I'm honest, I do feel somewhat better already, just like a little bit.
Okay.
I think taking the break helped, and I think taking the break would not have helped if I had kept torturing myself about it and be like, well, I'll get something out. I'll get something out. Like,
Yeah.
admitting that I had dropped it and letting it go and letting myself have 2 days where I just wasn't worried about it. I think that's what really helped.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway. So come back next time soon. We'll have some videos coming this week, and have a happy couple of weeks. It will be a couple of weeks before we speak to y'all live again. So do your level best to survive. Keep loving things. They can't stop you from loving things. And we'll see you later.